there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Saturday, which means it is time for another Nozz watches some sort of anime of some description, King Crimson edition. So, the anime we were looking at today was I need to look at the fucking name because was Haiyore Nyaruko-san, which is what, like I said, is basically just fucking my wife, the Elder God, Cthulhu wife. And I honestly, fucking Hyanda, who fucking recommended this on the Patreon, fucking thank you, my dude, because I've been seeing clips of this show just pop up in my recommended feed, like, again and again and again and again, because it keeps referencing other anime, and I was like, hey, that looks like a pretty fun anime, I like that a lot, but now that I actually know what the context around them is, this is a really, really good show. Like, I don't think I've actually ran into a show where I've said, hey, it would be really, really cool if a thing happened and then that thing happens. That has not happened for a fucking long-ass time for me. We had a reference to JoJo, we had a reference to Pokemon, we had a reference to some other anime that I don't know. I don't really know them, so, oh boy. But the general gist is that we have our main character, who, is it, Yasu something, fuck, he's such like a non-actor in certain, like, he's such like a non-actor, relative to everyone else. His name has completely left my fucking head, but, yeah, but he comes under the guardianship of Nyarlathotep, who is an anime girl, or at least in the form of an anime girl, and she's basically like, oh yeah, fucking all the Elder Gods are actually aliens, and I'm part of the Narthalepians, and we're part of a intergalactic peacekeeping force stopping white slavery from happening on Earth, essentially. And it's just really, really cool. Like, this entire first episode, it's so dense that I'm actually having a little bit of a trouble unpacking it, because so much shit happened. Like, alright, so for some reason, main character Kun is being chased down by space alien elder god things who want to enslave him or something. And Nyarlathotep's been the one charged to protect him and follow him around. And she falls in love with him because, of course, she does, because it's an anime. And it's, you know, and she's hot. That's really all it comes down to. There's a whole lot of world building going on. Apparently, Earth is apparently the only planet that really figured out how to mass-produce entertainment in the form of porn, apparently. And there's also really big embargoes on Earth, so there's a big market in selling Earth porn in space. Which is a really nice touch I really like. It's just fucking, it's so ridiculous. And also gives Nyarlathotep, like, a kryptonite. Like, she walks into a doujin store and she's like, oh boy, I'm gonna get all this porn. I'm gonna get this Power Rangers box set. I'm gonna buy this adult doujins. I'm gonna buy this fucking eroge game. I'm gonna, give me it. Like, to the point where she's apparently been there before. She has a fucking rewards card at the fucking adult doujin shop. It's so goddamn ridiculous, and I love it. I fucking love it, dude. It's so ridiculous and lovable, and I love it. It's just fucking amazing. Like, and even like with the whole, like, love plot of it, it doesn't really get in the way, because Nyarlathotep is just so goddamn fucking cute. She's so goddamn fucking cute. She's loud, she's boisterous, she's an elder god Pinkie Pie, for fuck's sake. And I love that. I love that archetype of the manic pixie girl who can also be fucking terrifying when she wants to be, and I love it. And I think the only real complaint I have is that the fucking main character Kun, she's straight up offering him some pussy, and he's like, no, I don't want it. I don't want no pussy. I don't, no sir, please sir, I don't want none. Don't want no pussy, sir. Don't want it. And it just seems so, like, weird, and maybe we'll figure out why he's so, like, against this really good-looking girl, like, basically throwing herself at him. Like, I mean, if that was me, I'd be like, okay, you're an elder god, that's kind of weird, but you know what, let's just give it a go. Fuck it, let's try it out. It's fine. So maybe, like, we'll figure out why he's such a fucking prude. And I know I keep saying a lot, but it's It's really dense. It is super fucking dense, like with jokes, references, and plot, and I just, unpacking it. I'm gonna try and unpack as much of it as I can, but I don't think I will be able to. The Lovecraftian lore was a little bit loose here, and I think that's really a good thing, because Lovecraft lore, it's like, you think this is dense. Lovecraftian lore is so fucking dense, you'd have to go at it with a pickaxe for 20 fucking years. Like, they got some good pulls. Like, you've got the creatures whose names I'm not even gonna fucking try to pronounce. That she serves him for lunch because she's like, I mean, it's a delicacy where I'm from. I thought you said it tasted nice. And I'm pretty sure those were in the Lovecraft stories. I'm pretty sure. They've gotten Nyarlathotep basically down pat. Nyarlathotep is an elder god, one of the few elder gods that isn't either banished to outer space or asleep under the ocean. Nyarlathotep is actually one of the only elder gods that actually has a physical presence on Earth and routinely walks the Earth to spread chaos. And that's something that the Nyarlathotep in this show does really, really well. She spreads chaos like a motherfucker. Like, spreading rumors of her wanting to fucking have sex with main character Kun, which, you know, of course tips off the school paper. Everyone's, like, just flocks around her, like, it seems almost as if her very presence summons fucking monsters, as well as just her being able to do things that defy all logic. And that makes sense, because elder gods are, like, basically non-Euclidean monsters that take logic and say, fuck that shit. It's the reason why, if you looked upon it, like, in all the Cthulhu novels, if you ever look upon an elder god's true form, you go fucking insane, because your brain can't comprehend it. And that's just really, really cool. Like, the characterization feels on point. Like, not like a true-to-book thing, but like an adaptation of what Nyarlathotep is transposed into an anime slice-of-life comedy thing. And that, I like that. It's done respectfully enough, I feel. There's also this other character that's teased, and I assume it's another elder god. It's a redhead that does a lot of fire. Wondering who she is. I'm hoping she's not Cthulhu, because I don't want her to blow the load too early, and I also don't want them to fall into the trap that every other piece of Cthulhu media does and make Cthulhu a fucking god tier, because Cthulhu, I hate to say this, folks, Cthulhu's a bitch. Like, in all of the Cthulhu stories, I call it the Cthulhu mythos, because Cthulhu is the first elder god that's really explored and out there, but Cthulhu is probably the weak... I think he's the second weakest, actually. Cthulhu is the second weakest elder god in existence. Like, he's super fucking small potatoes. That's really all it is. I don't know who the other weak one is. I don't know them all off the top of my head. I know there's Cthulhu, Yog-Sothoth, Nyarlathotep, Shub-Niggurath, did I say Azathoth? No, I didn't. Azathoth, who is Nyarlathotep's dad, by the way, Azathoth. And I hope he shows up. Yes, I'm wondering who it's going to be, and if it's going to be a one I know. If not, I've got the fucking Lovecraft wiki, so I can just go there and look at what it's supposed to be. Yeah, really, really interesting. One thing I'm going to say is that I did notice is that this premise is fairly similar in composition to Gyokuro-chan. And we all know fucking how... Gyokuro-chan is the reason why I give myself the 4-episode rule. If I had the 4-episode rule, I never would have finished Gyokuro-chan. And that's the fucking long and short of it. So, Gyokuro-chan, for those of you that weren't with us at the time, and I would recommend watching my react/reviews of that, just so you fucking have the same suffering the rest of us do. But Gyokuro-chan, the main idea was an angel comes down from heaven, from heaven in the future, to guard a guy who grows up to create a machine that makes everyone on Earth immortal, but makes every woman a lolly, because he grows up to have a lolly fetish. Of course he does. And, you know, like, first off, that premise is very quickly abandoned. It just becomes a slice of life of Gyokuro-chan living with him and abusing the fuck out of him. And it's very one-sided, and the main character dies, like, 7 times each episode and gets brought back to life, to the point where it's just... It's torture porn. It's torture porn. And And very quickly, that by episode 3, I think I was done with that anime, and I was just kind of going through the motions. With this anime, though, it's very much that similar premise where some higher being comes down to protect / live with a mortal, but it goes both ways. Nyarlathotep is very sexually harassy and rapey towards him, and he's abusive back. But there's also moments where friendship shines through. So they kind of have this almost sibling relationship, except not really, because there's sexual tension and a lot of it, which is kind of weird, but I dig it. And just the fact that it's not like a one-way street, and the abuse goes both ways, as well as friendship going both ways. I like it. It's very much a much better version of what Dokuro was trying to do for like the first 20 minutes of the first fucking episode. What else? What else do I want to talk about? I don't know, like, what else can I say except the fucking, every time I said, hey, this would be a cool thing that would happen, it happened. I don't really have any real negatives, honestly. I'm trying to think of them, but I honestly can't think of any negatives. I can't think of anything that I would have done better, if I was making it. And by the way, that's not me being an asshole, it's more like, in hindsight, looking back on how the entire thing turned out, if I could go back in time and ask them to put in a scene. That's not me being a prick, okay? That's what that means, because I know people don't understand words sometimes. Yeah, I feel like this first episode was very solid. I can't really think of anything... Actually, you know what would need a little bit more explanation? Why the fuck is she scared of forks? That's something that isn't explained, and I'm not quite sure where to go with that. Is it just because, like, he hit her with one in the first scene, and she's just scared of forks? Or is this part of a Cthulhu mythos thing? Like, I would really like to know. Yeah, beyond that, I can't really think of anything that doesn't make any sense. Everything here kind of, it's absurdist, it defies logic in certain points, but it's concise, it's tight, it's, like, references are baked in to the point where you can tell where a reference is happening, but if you don't understand the reference, it can just fly over your head and you're fine, you don't miss anything. Like, they made a reference to fucking Metal Gear Solid, specifically, made a reference to Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, with the boss talking about close quarters combats, for fuck's sake, CQC. Like, learn the basics of CQC. Like, that could have gone over anyone's fucking head, but you would have just accepted it as she's just being fucking goofy. And I like it a lot. Like, Nyarlathotep is an otaku, and she references anime, manga, video games, all of it. And I cannot wait to see what other pulls there's gonna be. I know there's gonna be JoJo in there, and we had Pokemon. I'm wondering what else we got. And everybody, so let me know what you think of, fuck, what is the fucking name of this fucking thing? Let me know what you think of Haiyore Nyaruko-san. I'm just gonna call it Cthulhu Wife. Is that good? I'm gonna keep calling it Cthulhu Wife, because that's easier to fucking say. So let me know what you think down in the comments, what you think of Cthulhu Wife. If you've seen the show before, then, hey, I keep spoilers to a minimum, but let me know if you agree or disagree. Anyway, everybody, as always, I am Nozz. Remember to like, comment, favorite, subscribe, and hey, maybe explore some of my other stuff that's linked in the end card that's coming up. And if this is the first thing you're watching, you want to see the review first before you hit the react part, then hey, that's going to be linked down there in the description. And if you want to help the lights on, you can always help me on Patreon, or if you don't have money to throw into a Patreon, you don't want to, you can support me on TAD. And as always, everybody, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video, but most importantly of all, I will see you around the room.